Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday to your faces. We are here to talk about some stuff that's gone down recently that you need to know about, among other news in YouTube golf. So if you appreciate the content, hit that subscribe button. We jump right into it. 15 seconds in, we're already talking. Let's go. Micah Morris. Let's start the story here. He's doing something that I just absolutely love. Calling it the villain art, call it whatever you want. He's posting daily videos right now, and he's just being a dog about it. Like, he's posting the content people need to see. Micah 4 days ago, the truth behind me shooting 86 in Myrtle Beach. Very down to earth, owning it, just saying that the pressure got to him, whatever. That's great. Moving on, video. Yesterday, I shot earlier today, I shot a 67 in a professional tournament. Where are the haters now? I mean, this is just an absolute ode to that 86 shot at Myrtle Beach. Coming out, doing this, making this type of content, owning this sort of, like, whether you want to call it a villain's arc or whatever. And you know what happens when you do stuff like this? Look at his comments. Just positive. This is a guy that the first 25 to 250 comments on every one of his videos were always something detracting. And so I think this guy he's turned it around. He's owning who he is. He's owning what he can do on a golf course and the content value he brings. And honestly, this daily upload schedule is impressing me quite a lot. He's done a really good job at making compelling content. Yes, some of them might not be pulling the most amount of views, but I mean, the fact that he's having even ups and downs with them, like he can come out yesterday, have a video that only did 25K in 21 hours, but out today, 17K in 2 hours, and that's not real-time views. Like, he very much is keeping up with quality content. It's not just putting out a video to put out a video, which a lot of people do when they go to daily. So big props to him. Obviously, we talked about this last week when he posted the score initially before the video came out, and then this whole controversy with the Wesley Bryan and the Country Club Collective dude, Country Club Collections. If you want to see that video, go look at it, but that is some interesting situation. But good. Here, what we're here to talk about. They've done it again. Very impressed with this. Playing golf, but our balls are the handicap. Now, this is a video very similar to one they did a little while ago that really, I think, just set them on this crazy path. I can't, right here. Playing golf, but our clubs are our handicap. This was such an inventive idea. It was one of the first times we've seen a major group like them do something like this. And Good is in this interesting position where they do struggle because a lot of their content is match-based, but their players or their members are of such different skill levels that it can be tough to keep things interesting. They brought in handicaps maybe about a year ago, but those, it kind of gets redundant seeing somebody just get shots. This is such a cool, creative, interesting twist that obviously works. 1.5 million view banger here, and then this one in 3 days is already at 854. Good has been absolutely killing it recently. Like, I know people in comments ups and downs with them, and they kind of go through fate, but man, recently 852, 573, 535, 513, 634, 685, 500, 627, 747. Like, obviously double wrister to them. They're creating killer content and they're doing it in an inventive way. Like, the videos have been getting creative again, which is good. I think a lot of people maybe felt like it was kind of similar stuff just redone, but they're doing things in a really creative way. They're experimenting, like even just this thumbnail, like the match GM Golf versus Brad, like that is just not something that you would be used to seeing in Good. It's usually all six. It's usually this big collaborative thing, but just being like, yeah, let's just pin these two guys. I mean, they have the lead up to it, but let's pin these guys, two guys against each other, and make a video out of it. It's just cool. It's cool. And speaking of cool things, obviously the Midwest Open is coming up. Now, I will say there has not been enough talk about this. Like, I'm gonna try to do some digging on my end and try to get some more information from you guys, because it's felt very quiet. It felt like there was a huge buildup. Now, we still are like a month plus out, and obviously they're doing stuff behind the scenes. I mean, they have Marquez Brownlee playing in this. They have Austin Reeves. Like, they're getting momentum. They're doing stuff behind the scenes, but publicly, I feel like it hasn't been talked about. And this one is like full 18 holes, like a long course, so it's going to be much more like a classic golf event. So I would expect a bit more push, but I think maybe it's just waiting in the anticipation build-up. So I'll do my best. But to talk about it, I mean, this is very interesting. Like, it looks to me initially, and now obviously they've only really announced 2 pairings, but it looks to me initially like potentially they're taking a bit more of like an out of YouTube golf approach. Like, so far, no YouTube golfers outside of Good have been announced. Like, obviously the last one, the headliner was Garrett Clark and Grant, which was their comeback, their reunion tour. You had Micah, you had Matt. Maybe we'll see some of those pairs come back, but is this going to be more of like a almost like mainstream like obviously he's a YouTube celebrity, but like pretty mainstream. He's been on Hot Ones, you know, a couple times, and then obviously mainstream as it gets, an NBA player. So is this going to be something that we see? I mean, we saw a bit of that with the one down in Scottsdale. You know, you had a couple people, you had Johnny Football, you had obviously like pro skateboarders, you had a big mix of individuals. But is this one going to be more focused around that? Or are there less creators that are going to be attending? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to do my best to try to get the list for you. But I do think if they went down this route, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Like, the YouTube fan base currently might not be as stoked about it. But I do think it could be a good long-term play. Like, having these events that are being broadcast, this NBC partnership on Peacock, this whole thing, it makes it almost more globally marketable if it's not just YouTube golfers. Like, if it's people from other walks of life, whether it be other, you know, places in YouTube like Marquez, or whether it be other professional sports or whatever it is, celebrities, like if they're like actors, movie stars, whatever, that could bring different eyeballs to this event. And I do think a play for Good is to reach outside YouTube golf, because Good's kind of running into, I mean, they have been growing a ton recently. Like, I bet you if we pull up their Social Blade that they have been growing an absolute ton. Let's just see here. Social Blade, Good. If you guys are ever wondering how I get all the statistics and I talk about it in my video, this is what you do. You just go on to Social Blade and you can look at creators' channels, and they give pretty good and relatively accurate. I mean, yeah, look at this. 50% subscriber growth, 30K in the last 30 days, 11.25 million views in the last 30 days. So they're absolutely crushing it, and they are still growing. But the problem Good faces is very similar to Rick Shields. Although they've had this crazy explosive growth in the last 30 days, for them to get new subscribers, they really do have to like almost bring people into YouTube golf. Like, they've pretty much tapped into like the most amount of YouTube golf viewers. Like, I would say outside of the instructional content viewers, because there's a ton of people who watch YouTube golf just for, you know, the James Robinsons and the Rick Shields and Peter Finch instructional content, like the not playing YouTube golf content, who will never watch, you know, a bunch of 20-year-olds play golf. But there is obviously a huge subsect of a bigger subsect of YouTube golf that does watch that type of content. But in order for them now to grow, I feel like they've tapped into all those people that are currently on the platform. They have to reach outside, and that growth would come from doing collaborations and stuff like this. Fans of Marquez Brownlee who are maybe golf fans or golfers who don't realize there's this whole YouTube golf community might tune into this, might see, and they start watching YouTube golf. Same with, you know, obviously pro athletes and whatever. So I don't know if that's their intention or not. It could be just accidental, but if it is their intention or if it's accidental, I think it's going to be good for the community. So I would say, as much as I think the YouTube golf fan reception might not be as positive if you don't see a ton of YouTube golfers playing in this, I do think overall for the space, it's going to be a good thing. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on it all in the comments below. I think it's an exciting time to be alive, exciting time to be a YouTube golf fan. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, man.